This author gave the world stories like Oliver Twist, A Tale of Two Cities, Great Expectations, and arguably one of his most successful literary works, A Christmas Carol. Charles Dickens was born in Portsmouth, England in 1812. He and his family moved to London, England, when Charles was about 2 years old. His father had trouble in London, England, as he did in Portsmouth, England, making ends meet and taking care of this large family. And in 1824, when Charles was just 12 years old, his father, along with most of his family, were sent to a debtor's prison. Charles didn't have to go to the debtor's prison because he worked and made money in a blacking factory. Dickens' father, John, was released from debtor's prison a few months later because he received a substantial inheritance when his mother died. Charles's mother wanted him to continue working at the blacking factory to make extra money for the family, but his father set aside money from his inheritance so that Charles could attend school. Charles attended school until he was 15 years old, then went to work as a clerk in a lawyer's office where he studied Latin at night. In 1829, now at the young age of 17, Dickens would begin working for Doctors' Commons Court as a freelance reporter. In 1834, he started publishing sketches of London life using the pseudonym Boz. These sketches were put together as a compilation in one book a couple of years later in 1836, titled Sketches by Boz. Shortly after the release of Sketches by Boz, Dickens was approached by a publisher named William Hall, half owner of the publishing firm Chapman and Hall. William Hall asked Dickens if he would be interested in writing some humorous text to accompany the drawings of a well-known illustrator named Robert Seymour. Dickens accepted graciously. By 1843, Dickens had written 4 books, and in October of 1843, he took time out while he was writing his next book, Martin Chuzzlewit, to write A Christmas Carol over a 6-week period between October and November. Dickens anticipated the success of A Christmas Carol, so he decided to publish it himself, and he was correct. A Christmas Carol is arguably his most successful piece of work. It has been reproduced by several different movie studios throughout the years through dramatic and animated productions. It has also been translated in several different languages. A Christmas Carol is such a prolific piece of literature because it raised awareness for the less fortunate and the poverty-stricken. This class of individuals was near and dear to Dickens' heart because of his upbringing as a child. The huge success of A Christmas Carol would afford Dickens the opportunity to make substantial charitable donations to organizations whose focus was helping the needy, helping the poverty-stricken, and the less fortunate. Dickens would even host fireside-style readings of A Christmas Carol in theaters and in parks, charging an admission to hear him read this wonderful story. Those admissions were also donated to charities. After A Christmas Carol, Dickens continued to publish works all the way up until his death in 1870. However, his message of peace, his message of striving to become a better person continues to live on